Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night to some of you. I don't know. I can't figure out. A guy just called me, and I've been to a meeting. When I came home from that meeting, I was happy. I was excited. I like, what the hell? What the fuck? Oh, but I was at this meeting, and you see, people they have this perception that I'm this very bastard. That I'm this. How can I explain it? That I've been I've been a hoodlum, what you call it. A hoodlum is kind of old school, but it sounds good. A hoodlum, and so going to a business meeting where you have to be all fucking nice and dandy and shit like that, that's that's not at all me. And to be honest, I did it because it's good for my cash industry. Not a cash industry, but it's good for my cash flow. You know what I mean? And you need to have a cash flow. You literally do. I can't live without one. There's no one here, so I can take my pants off. I got the suit on today and everything with the clothes, trousers and everything. Well, I never go with a tie. I don't. I would never go with a fucking tie because, oh, for God damn, that hurt. You know, when you got a grown a nail, it's, what the fuck? My toes in the fucking, that hurts. No, it doesn't hurt. It's irritating. That's another thing. Hurting is something that's hurt. But no, I'm just going in on some people. Um, I talked to Tommy and Doc yesterday, and Doc, he's not at all agreeing with he's agreeing with Tommy, and I am too. Because Tommy, he's got this shit with these English people. They have no shame in their life, none whatsoever, and I think that's kind of sad to show your true colors that way. And to you, Mister Numbnut. Uh, I call you numbnut because you can't feel your nuts. You can't feel your fucking legs. You can't feel anything. And I'm not even the banger type. But when you take it too far, you take it too far. And to talk about a dying person, not a dying person, a dead person, a, it's a, what if I talk like that about your mom, about your spouse, about your loved ones? What if we turned the table around and I started to bang on you, like saying that you were all the things that have been said about you, Mr. Unknown? You see me doing that? No, you don't. Because, yeah, I do it when I bang with Dog and Tommy, but this channel is something else. It's a safe haven. You know what I mean? It's a place for grown-ups. It's not a place for kids. All these shenanigans you're fucking playing around with, that's not here. And that's why I'm not booming like a motherfucker. Because I ain't talking about all that shit. I'm talking about positivity, what life is about. And of course, I like some of the bullshit because I hang out with Tommy and Doc. And of course, I want to say bullshit with them because it's funny. Sometimes I bang, but this here, I'm not a banging channel, not at all. I don't have anything to bang on personally other than those and Mr. Unknown and the English motherfuckers who's doing all the stupid things, lying and shit. You don't get through life through lies. People think I'm a liar sometimes because I've experienced so much in my life, in my very short life. I'm only 50, And if I start just to show you my fucking scrap, and it's a scrapbook because it's from bits and pieces from my mom's and from my, all of it is gone. I had a real professional one that was made by the fucking management, and I sold it for drugs. It is what it is, man. I was like that years ago. You know, I'm not proud of it, but that's who I was. So what the fuck? I ain't taking nothing back about who I've been and who I am and shit like that. That's for pussies. You know, I've been uh, quiet, but now it's about the future. It's not about what you have been. And that's what I hate with um, people who are like um, think they're better than others. Like we have a man who never does anything wrong, who's perfect. Um, calling, we are talking about those. He never does anything wrong. You see, he can talk about dead babies. He can talk about your fucking my mom who was dead. He said, "Oh, let me see her. Can she suck dick?" And I was like, "She's dead. Uh, You're talking to a grown ass man, not a little 40-year-old boy like you. He's a fucking he's he's something else." But again, I don't hate him. Yeah, I kind of do, but not in that way that I would. Yeah, I kind of do. So I'm sitting here lying for myself. No, I was to this meeting, and it was a jazz soul funk festival, and yeah, I'm gonna play there. Um, uh, but the money was kind of. But they were like, the corona is the corona here, the COVID here, the COVID there. It is what it is, the COVID, but it doesn't make me cheaper. There is COVID, you know what I mean? Why the fuck should I be cheaper than I was before the COVID? I don't get that. Yeah, but we don't have money to start up the gigs and again and shit like that. That's not my problem. You know what I mean? But again, you have to make it in the middle. You have to say something. You have to say, but it's okay. I'll do that. You can't just be. I want. So I said, yeah, I'll do it for that. And taking a suit on, going to a fucking meeting. That's not normally me. You see, of course I can take a suit on if I'm going to a party, but going to a meeting with a suit on, sitting with all these suit motherfuckers, I was the only one without a tie. And I was sitting there thinking, this is like the cultural thing. What the fuck does this got to do with any cultural thing? But there was the Carlsberg fund and another fund, you know. But it is what it is. It's funny to play gigs again. It's nice. It is. I'm doing my thing. But people always be kind of stupid. You know what I mean? Because you can't you can't just you can't say you're worth that much. And when you say you want that much, they say that's too expensive. But they just told you you're worth that. That they want to sell the tickets to this price because you're worth a, a certain amount of money. I go to these meetings because I knew when I played in my old band like 30 years ago. Yeah, 30 years ago. Um, There was this German guy who he literally loved us. He literally did. He was totally infatuated with our humor, with our stage performances and shit. So I've been holding my contacts with this motherfucker for a long time. And he called me up and said, "Do you think you can do something in Berlin?" In Berlin, and I said, "Yeah." What do you mean? Yes, some soul funk like King Kane. I said, "There's nothing like King Kane. You can't. There's nothing like the Beatles. There's nothing like Jimi Hendrix. There's nothing like you can't put music in boxes. Like you can say, this is a nice car. We know what this car can do. You can't say that about a musician. You don't never know what a fucking guy can do. You know what I mean? So it's about that's what I'm trying to say to some people. What I got is not the finest tune, the finest. You know what I mean? It's I don't want to sit and sing right now. I'm not up to it. But what I mean, maybe I should. Um, no, I can't show you it. I literally can't. It's too late. But the thing is, you can't get the sound you get from a concert. And I try to tell them that when I go all in on Otis Redding or James Brown, I feel their presence in my body. And that sounds weird. I know they're not in my body. But the music takes you places. I made a text when I was like, uh, how old was I? Like 17. The music is the rhythm, your music is the soul. I got something going, and this is rock and roll. Funky thing, funky thing, funky thing. You see, only these few lines made a hit. And it was not a hit in the radio. Yeah, they played it. It's not that, but in, for our show, the start, it was going from C to I don't know what you call that. Cis. What the fuck do you call that? I've been away from. I actually played with English people, but they took the English. It's kind of funny, but you see, it's what the fuck is that called? Wait a second. But it doesn't matter for you. It's just like a half tone off from C. It's called cis in Denmark, and then you go to D. That's the only thing, and then you play in E cross nine. What the fuck is called? Uh, E my with a seven, with a niner on, with a nine in the chord. And that was the whole number. So it was not like Beatles or anything, uh, but it was a start. We started with this moon coming up, a moon, sun. I'm still smashed. I'm still like, you know what I mean? Um, to be honest, I live here and I gotta get away from here because there's no bad there's no bad people here, but there is. You know what I mean? Seeing it from a addict, I can't call me an addict right now because I'm smoking weed, but normally I don't give a fuck about people doing drugs around me. I don't. But here it's workers. Workers come and they do drugs all week until they go home on Thursdays with their wives. They go to hookers. They do everything. I'm sorry to say that, but it is like that. I was shocked, you know. It's not all the workers. They're always like these three, four, five people that's doing all kind of weird shit. So, you know, there's a lot of drugs here. And I like this guy. I got a new friend here. And I don't want to be in a place where I have to say no all the time. It's because one day I'll probably say yes, you know, and that would be something. That would destroy um, all of my relationships with everybody I know, you know. So, but yeah, and then when you chose, oh, so it was Simon. Simon, I just called him. He's the guy who had my car. He's a nice guy, nice fella. But I can see unconditional love's not here today. That's kind of sad. She's a good girl. She's always so positive. I like that positivity. And people saying I'm soft, nah, I think you should look for another one if you want softness. I literally lived in the gutters, you know. And to hear all these motherfuckers, I'm outside, I'm outside, I'm outside. So, oh, god damn. You see, I felt Saturday evening that I didn't have a fucking family. I felt it. And when you feel it, it's something else. I have my brothers, and I've said that a lot of times. I love my brothers. But again, my brothers ain't the one who have to tell me where I have to live and where I don't have to live. You see, that's the problem. I want to live in Copenhagen again. I really do. And it's not because of the drugs. It's not because of the women. I need some a woman. I haven't had a woman for like a lot of years, you know, sexually. Um, and I'm not frustrated, not anything like that. I just need a woman I can have a grown up relationship with, not like a kid with an open door. Not that I don't didn't like the kid. It's got nothing to do with that because they misunderstand everything I say. You should think they would know me after 9 years, but she still thought I would do something to her. I never raised a hand. You know. So what the fuck is she afraid of? I don't get that. I literally don't get that. What the flying fuck? I don't get it. But again, I'm not mad. I'm not. I'm more like Nicholas, my new good friend. He is a new good friend because he's a wonderful human being, and I played with him a good gig. Um, Wonderful human being, wonderful musician, you know. But to hear him telling almost exactly the same story, was weird. But she had to go far because Nicholas, he said, I bet it wasn't hard for your wife to call the cops. I said, what do you mean? He said, I bet you have a name in there by the cops. And that was true. You know, I have a name. And you see, this is not a threat. I don't threat people. Sometimes I just go there and do bad things if people are bad to me. I'm never gonna, I love Stefan, and you don't even let me love him from afar. You won't even let him. I don't know if it's in him who don't want to answer me, but it's okay, Stefan. It's okay. Don't think about what I did for you, what I bought for you, what I did for you, riding around on a bicycle for you. Hey, Tommy, you motherfucker. What have you been doing? Are you out working? No, not now. No, not now. Are you going live? I need somebody. Need somebody. No, I'm just shoving it up because, it's hard when you can't talk to your son without it's going, to the mother when you're not together anymore. That's fucking irritating. I thought I could tell him anything, YouTube personality. More like a self-talk. Tommy, I never wear a suit. I wore a suit today. That was fucking hilarious. To this meeting about me going to Berlin and play, and I am going there. I literally am. Keep climbing, my dude. I am. I will, Tommy. But tell me when you're going live. If you are, I don't know if you are. Maybe you're out riding. I hope you're out riding. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice, Tony. But if you're too smashed, it doesn't matter. If you're like tired as fuck. But I was thinking of these English people I just talked about. They're like the weirdest. I just heard, um, a stream with wisdom, and I thought you had a truth. But you told me yesterday that you didn't. He apparently. I'll schedule it in 10 minutes. That would be cool, Tommy. I would love to talk about these English fuckers because I heard something. And, they're like, oh, I hate these fuckers. Because then I'll stop and I'll be ready in 10 minutes. That would be great, Tommy. Yeah, do that. Cool. I'll be there. But because I'll just finish this because I have to say this finished that it's hard when you love a kid, not a kid. He's like 19 now, and he's your son, and you wanted to stay that way, but it's not your son; it's your stepson. So I can't say to him, "Look here," and he's over 18, so it makes no sense. Look here. But he's still my friend on Facebook. That shows love, just a little bit. And I know he's got love for me somewhere because I literally went through leukemia with him, or not leukemia, but I can't pronounce the name in English, and it's a disease that tops leukemia, like with I can't imagine how many percentages because 2 out of 10 dies. Isn't it that? Wasn't it 2 out of 10 dies? So he knew that, and his friend died, and they were both KMT. I think it's called something else. It's bone marrow. Yeah, it would be called something else. Bone marrow transplantation patients. Transplanted transplanted patients, and they are, if they get sick, and I was in Copenhagen and playing. Then the guy I played with is sitting with me. Oh, I look like a gangster. No, I'm sitting with is saying, Mats, how is Stefan? I said, what? What? How is Stefan? How's he doing with his lungs? I was like, what? Is he sick? He said, don't you know? I said, no, I don't. He said he had something with his lungs. And you know, if you have been a bone marrow transplant, trans, yeah, if you have been transplant, if you got a transplant with bone marrow, you can get sick and you can get blind and all kind of shit. So of course I was off the wall of fucking. I was what Michael and what and he didn't read it. He read it, but I could see he wanted me to call Stefan, and I tried to make a fine little Facebook notice, and he didn't even notice it, and that's sad. That's when he's the only one I ever had unconditional love for, him and my dog. True shit. So to feel that he's just shitting on me, don't giving a fuck about me. But is that the truth? Is he like that? Because he showed his face when because his mother, he's like, I don't want to see his face more. He's so ugly. Blah 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 blah. I know she's saying all kind of shit because she is like that, and she's no looker, you know. So she has to make up for it in other ways. She's no looker at all. Not if you see my old girlfriends, then she's no looker at none at all. You would know my type with a little tattoos, very good body, thin. I'm to these kind of women. I'm thin myself. What the fuck? What's wrong in that? But I have to. I will stop this show because I'm going over to Tommy's, and there's nobody here anyway. Tommy was here and for a short while. That was nice. And you see, I don't have an end game about this. I don't have I don't sit with a script. This is just something I do for me. And maybe that's why people don't come around because it's for me. It's and I do it for. I'm going in on these English people soon because you are ridiculous. Let me be honest with you. You are facts almost. I don't understand you people. I literally don't. So I'll jump on Tommy's. Have a good one, you people. Peace.